Hello, hello. I was gonna have a dirty martini, but somebody who shall remain nameless and is out on a bike ride must have drank it all and not replaced it. So instead, we are having, I haven't even started yet, hint of challah, which is jalapeno vodka and passion fruit puree. And then I'm gonna top it off with some strawberry sunset. So that'll be my fizzy. Oh my. And here again, I don't have a stir. I have it in my Buc-ee's mug, cup. Dan got it for me. Dangerous, it's dangerous. So I'm going to pre-warn you, this is gonna be a shit show. I'm hot already. I might have to get a fan. How are you guys feeling today? Are you shit shows? Do you have your drink? Go grab your drink. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Chevyrell here. Chevyrell Stuff Podcast. We're in the stuff room. For those of you who are observant, we've had some rearranging. For those of you on Instagram, you saw kind of behind this thing, we remodeled our bathroom. So we have been very, very busy doing that. And one of the reasons that we remodeled it, skip ahead if you don't give a hoot, is when we were remodeling our kitchen, we had the concrete floors polished and we took it into our laundry room and bathroom. And when they were doing it, like the machine, Dan tiled me a shower when we first moved into this house. If I can find a good picture, I don't know, I'll put it here. Anyway, they hit the base and something happened, don't know what, that it started leaking. And it leaked under this wall because the shower's like right on the other side of this wall. So not only did we have to redo the bathroom, which we've been living with the leak for a while because we had to get the kitchen done before we tore out the bathroom. Oh, hey. For those of you who just somehow stumbled upon this, I talk about knitting and shit, but, you know, I'm a hot mess and, like, that's top of mind awareness, so that's what we're talking about right out of the gate. The intro, sometimes I blather. Today's obviously one of them days. Anyway, had to drywall this, rip that out, fix it, drywall it, air it out, blah, blah, blah. And, I mean, it's a perfect reason to clean the stuff room, right? We're gonna bust right in to the FOs. I only have a couple, nothing huge. I did finish my Labyrinth square. This is the Labyrinth Throw by Kelcey Garner, who is knitting Niqabi. It's a free pattern now. I showed the squares, I think, on the last episode, so you can take a gander at those if you want. But I'm just going to show this one now and my whole standby. I also want to say this is not how you properly block something because it's off the edge. But here is the square. That's actually kind of true to color. The colorways I don't have down. I think it's like Moss Eyes because, you know, it was a Labyrinth Advent. I don't have it. Hold on. It was all naturally dyed. So this square, and it's still wet. Like I literally just blocked it. I'm actually going to put it outside so it dries in the sun because it is hot as motherfucker. Here, it's not really, but it's hot. We're not getting the heat wave that some of y'all are getting. I feel sorry for my peeps in Texas. Oh my God. I can't even. Are you guys frying any eggs there on the sidewalk? Does anyone do that or do they just talk about it? This is Junk Lady and Moss Eyes. So the green is Moss Eyes and the pale beigey yellow looking color is, it actually goes like this. It's this way, is Junk Lady. And for all my peeps who like Labyrinth, the Junk Lady was one of my favorite. Get off my back! That's always what I think about when I think of the Junk Lady. This is Mosaic. My next square is Royal Quilting, and I pulled the colors. I just have to wind them. Y'all, it's that time of year where I'm fighting the sun. It's probably gonna come down in my face before we're done. Here are the colors. It's going to be a royal quilting square, and these colorways are Masquerade Ball, which I think is the purple, and Fairies is the pink. Don't hold me to it though. I'll wind these when I'm done. This is sort of what it looks like. Not really, but if you want to hear me talk more about that, watch the last episode because I talked more about it. Okay, Square is outside drying, and y'all have been missing Ditto, so we brought his bed in here. I don't know how long he'll hang out, and he might start licking himself, and I'll miss it, so sorry about it if you don't want to see my dog lick himself. Next, FO. My boss's granddaughter is having her first birthday September 11th. And I can't go to her birthday party because we are going to be in Chicago with Clinty next weekend. Of course, I don't know when y'all are going to see this. It's the beginning of September. Last weekend was Labor Day. I have her little gift. This is a card that like a pack of cards came in, and I'm just giving it to her in this. She's a year old. She doesn't care. I knit her Knubbelchen. Knubbelchen, I think is how you say it, by Pezzy888, and it's a free pattern. And look, it's one of those little flat dolls. There's no stuffing except for the head. I mean, look how freaking darling it is. They have a boy and a girl, or a skirt and no skirt. I guess it's not boy and a girl. Skirt and no skirt. And I don't remember what the yarn is. I think this is from Superfine Yarn Co. left over from an Advent, but I can't remember what this is. It was a mini I had, and this is just some natural that I had. And you knit it flat and knot their little legs, and of course my knots are off, but like I said, she's one and doesn't care. Then I hopped on the train, you guys. This is the Easy Crochet Wind Spinner. Did you guys see this? Did you see this like viral phenomenon? And you know I don't normally jump on bandwagons, but it's perfect for the headspace that I was in. And yes, the video tutorial that we used is Brunaticality. So, I'm messing it up. She has a YouTube channel. I'm linking the video below, and she does a tutorial and tells you the pattern. It is very easy. You can do it without purchasing the pattern. You can get the pattern right off the video, and they are like potato chips, no joke. But if you want to buy the pattern, I'm also going to have that linked below. It's $7 on her website, but you can watch the video tutorial. I promise. So she uses worsted weight, okay? And my scraps are fingering. So I'm like, I'm gonna do a fingering. This is my first one. I'm not in love with it. I mean, it's cute, it's okay. But I do think, you're like, what? If you haven't seen the Wind Spinner phenomenon, you guys. Shut up, isn't it cute? So that's my first one. They look like the curly fries that you get at the fair. It's so fun. Okay, so I made this one, and I'm like, I chose the wrong colors. I wasn't totally in love with the colors. I will hang this up here, whatever. This was my first go round. So then I decided that I wanted it like thicker or whatever, and I think that matches my nails. I think that is maybe why she used it. Was that what I was gonna say? Grab your dry. That might have been why she used worsted. Maybe she, trial and error. I definitely like it thicker. Well, since I have fingering weight scraps, I'm like, I'm gonna use those held double. And that is what Little Miss Sabrina. That's her name. I mean, you guys, she is a fiery little redhead. She is freaking adorable. My mom calls her Strawberry Shortcake, and I call her Ginger Flames because I think that that would be a cool roller derby name, and maybe she will skate roller derby. Because you know how baby's hair grows like at different rates? She had these, they've cut it since, but she had baby hair, right? Like it was just all short, but then she had these like wings and I called them her Ginger Flames, and I was like, oh, she could totally knock a bitch down on roller skates with that name. So I made this. You have to do the lift up. So I got these bells. I fell in love with them. Sorry if Ditto obviously doesn't like them because he's going away. Where are you going? So I made a little tassel. This is for sure scraps left over from Superfine Yarn Co. And I held fingering weight double. And I love it so much that I want to keep it, but I'm not. I made it for Sabrina. Now, when I there's a little bead there too. When I attached, hold on, let me do this. It'll be easier to show you. When I attached the tassel, see how the top is like really stretched out? Some of the tassels that I saw they were pulling it like on the very end, and it was doing that. So I decided to attach the tassel up just a little bit so that it doesn't pull quite so far. I mean, obviously it still does. I love this thing so much, and I'm going to put it in the box. Like this is for her room. That's my thought anyway. Obviously Sam, who's her mom, can do whatever she wants, but I'm going to put it in the box like this. And then I'm going to put the little doll baby like up in here somehow. I'm going to wrap it, right? I'm going to wrap this in tissue paper somehow. And I'm going to put a little tag on this that says lift me. So she can get because really that's the funnest part. Highly recommend. Great gifts. Great for scraps. 2 thumbs up. Baby gift down. I don't remember any of the details on the bells, but I will maybe put it here for how many and for how much. Oh, wait. This is a 30 pack. And they're called Tibetan Brass Bells. And I got them on Amazon. And I'm going to tell you, this is going to be an Amazon. I know that like they're the devil for some people, but I love Amazon, and it is totally selfish. And it's because we pay for Prime and I get that shit in 2 days. I mean, I'm just sorry, not sorry. I hate peopling. I don't like to drive all over town looking for something, especially if I don't know if I'm even going to be able to find it. I love Amazon. Sorry, not sorry. I shop on Amazon. There's going to be a lot of Amazon links because I bought some other stuff that I'm going to tell you about later. But I got these bells. Just wanted to share. I love their size. They're sturdy. I mean, I was worried that they're brass. I was worried that I was going to get them and that you'd be able to like pinch them. There probably could if I put a little stank on it. But I mean, I'm pushing pretty hard and they're not moving. Merry Christmas. You're all getting wind spinners from me. Family. Is that everything I want to say? Yes. So, I'm done with FOs. Y'all know what's next. Whips. My first whip is my Gudrunsocks by Christina Sorenson. It's a $3.60 pattern. I've already shown you the one finished one. I put it on a blocker. I talked about the heel. If you guys are interested, watch the last episode. I can't remember where I was. I want to say I had just started the heel somewhere in here. I'm this far. So I'm on to the foot. I need to, no, I don't think I would. Was I done with the heel the last time? I don't think I was. I'm this far. I'm going to talk about it later in miscellaneous stuff, but I'm going to a movie tomorrow night, and I think that'll last me the movie. So this is going to be my movie knitting here. I didn't knit one stitch. Any guesses as to what movie I'm going to see? I'm going to tell you about it later, but hint, hint, Andy the Knitress, her favorite. She's an amazing human. She's my people. I have this little pocket of people who I love in the Pacific Northwest, and it's the bucket list, you guys. It's the bucket list trip. I will go there one day. This drink is going down a little too easy. That yarn for my socks was by the Yarn and the Bees. I think you can only get it. I linked it, but I think that they're mainly at shows. My next whip, and I wanted to get further on this, and I didn't. It's my Voyage by Wool and Pine, and this is an $8.75 pattern. I am using my Skein Cocaine David Bowie Advent. I'm so excited. Actually, Andy did not show this on her last episode. Andy the Knitress, the naughty Knitress, she is knitting this as well, and I don't think she showed it on her last episode. I wonder how it's going. She's a busy lady, you know, owning a yarn shop and stuff, and she is the hostess with the mostess. Anyway, ta-da! I did the shoulders and everything, you guys. Okay, the reason I say, hold on, this is wonky. The reason that I say I wanted to be further, so the sleeves, there's a little hole here and a little hole here, and then the sleeves are steeked, and then the front is going to be steeked. The part that I wanted to get done, I just need to show you. Obviously, I bound off for the shoulders. I mean, next is steeking, and I'm not scared to steek at all. Like, I will cut my knitting, no problem. Doesn't bother me. But I will research the hell out of it before I do it. I've only steeked one, I believe one of, I hope the sun stays behind that cloud right there. Look at this. No sunbeam. I think I've only steeked one other time that I'm remembering, and it was my step aside that I wore to Rhinebeck. That was woolen spun, non-superwash. I want to say DK weight or worsted. I think it was DK. Thicker than this. This is superwash. I've never steeked for sleeves before. I need to do some research. Like, I'm gonna do the damn thing, right? This is what I wanted to be further on. I wove in the ends as I went. Next up is to weave in these ends, and then I'm going to steek it. I think I'm going to do a sewn steek on my step aside. I did a crocheted, I think. And this one, I'm going to do a sewn. There are some wonky bits. I was off on some things. I'm worried on the sizing. There's some things that I'm worried about on this. This might turn into a vest. I was totally thinking that I was going to do a sweater. Other people have made it into a vest, but look at those colors. Next up is weaving in ends, and then the great steek will begin. Okay, and I am on to my last whip. This is a doozy. My friend Tara is a type A friend, and I am totally the type B friend. The type A friend is that friend that has like all the things in her purse. No joke. She had dry eye drops for me the other day, you guys. We were in a bookstore, and I'm like, dude, my dry eye. Because I'm an old bitch. My eye won't stop watering. And she's like, do you want eye drops? And I was like, you seriously have eye drops? And she's like, of course you do. Dan is also the type A boyfriend. I just feel like I'm the shit show that needs a handler. And I will own that. Because you know what? I like to think that I'm fun. Maybe not for the type A friend. My friend Tara is very good at project pages, measurements. I mean, she said for my Voyager, she's like, did you swatch? And I was like, yeah, but not with the yarn I'm using. And I get the look, like I just know, right? I'm like, it was a fingering weight yarn. I just sort of guessed. Like, I'm that person. She is absolutely not. And everything she makes is freaking gorgeous. It works out how it's supposed to. It looks store-bought, not handmade. And she's just, I mean, she's just on it. She's on it, right? So whenever I have questions that I need the right answer, Tara's my girl. She is also a big spin person. You know, like I spin a 4-ounce bump and I'm like, hey, look at this skein. She's like a sweater spinner. I typically don't choose, like I go into things with these grand plans and then I'm like, I know me, and I'm biting off more than I can chew. She is like, absolutely not, you so can totally do this. While she was here visiting, she enabled me and I have started a new spinning project. If y'all remember, I probably don't have a picture of it, I'll post it if I do, but a couple years ago, there used to be a basket back here with my hand spun, and I had long knitting needles with all these little bumps of fiber. They were just like little fiber nuggets, and they sat there forever. I didn't know what to do with them. The fiber advent was from On a Quest for Fiber. She was in Canada, and she has like poof, disappeared. I have no idea where she is. She doesn't have an internet presence anymore that I can find. But I think her name was Kelly, and she did this advent calendar, and I just really didn't know what to do with it. We were talking, and Tara said, oh, I did this big spin. It was this technique from the PassionKnit Spinner, PassionKnit, get it, Spinner. I will link the video below. I have since learned that it is called a combo spin. We are on our way to Yellow Springs, the wool gathering. And she took 4 braids, split them. She split them in sections this big-ish. And then she split them again, like pencil roving kind of, maybe a little thicker. I'll show you mine. And then she just grabbed in piles. I posted a picture on my Instagram stories, Sunday Fun Day, and everyone's like, ooh, what you doing? This is what I was doing. I will post a picture of the fiber when I started, and then after we split it, and then in its little nests. And these are the little bumps now. Whoop!
Runaway nugget.
So these are my little bumps. Aren't they fun? So from the pictures you could tell, I just kind of, because Tara totally helped me, put them in little, you know, nests, piles, whatever. So they're split like this much. You know, like that's one, this is one. And then we laid them beside each other and made little baby nests like that. And threw them in this thing. And you guys, I am obsessed. It's all I want to do. The only thing I want to do is spin on this spin. And I know you're probably like, get to it. And I still have so much to talk about, but I am going to show you the bobbin. And you know me, the sun's coming back, as you can see. I'm not taking this off my spinning wheel. Sorry. This is an Ashford Joy. Every time I show my wheel, people ask me about it. This bobbin right here, I also get questions on. Akerworks bobbins, you can pick your design and your color, and you put your wheel in. I think they make them for most wheels, but this is what mine is looking like so far. So I am spinning thin. Oop, my tension band came off here. There we go. So the part that I wanted to talk about that Tara has enlightened me on, and I've never done it, I wouldn't know how to do it, but she helped me, and I'm really excited about it. So the way that I would have done this, had I been trying to do it myself without any of her knowledge, all of the fiber was about 243 grams. So what I would have done is I would have tequila. I'm just gonna call this episode tequila. I would have tried to weigh it all out in thirds because I'm gonna do a 3-ply. I would have weighed all of those out like in thirds and spun 3 different bobbins and plied the 3 different bobbins together. But what Tara told me she does, and I'm pretty freaking psyched about it for all you spinners, I'm gonna spin the whole bobbin. I'm gonna spin until it's just on there, right? Then I got storage bobbins, also off Amazon. I will link them, but the Woolery has them. Lots of places have them. Storage bobbins, I believe, are typically used
for storage.
For storage. Dan's here. Are you going to say hi?
I'm glad you explained that to him.
Are you going to say hi in
That's
your...
very confusing.
Ditto, I brought Ditto's bed in, and he left us. Dan just got back, but he flipped it over, and I never turned it over.
There it goes. There it goes. Come on,
Dan just got back from a bike ride. So, storage, how was it? I see you didn't die. Thank you for that. Dan the headless man.
I have a head. I'm like Wilson.
Yeah, but the opposite, because Wilson, you could only see his head.
The only thing he saw. Well, maybe I'm the rest of Wilson.
Okay, go away.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
So these are storage bobbins. Now, the storage bobbins from like the Woolery that she sent me, I think they're meant to go, I know they are, meant to go in, they're like is it the shuttle or boat or something for weaving, and they spin on there. They're cheap. I think this was like $13 and I got this many of them. So what you do, or what I'm gonna do, is you spin like an ounce on to them. I'm going to mark on here. Dan is gonna make me like something that holds this. I don't know. He's the engineer. With my driver, which is like a little drill. It's basically like an electric screwdriver. It's like a drill, but little. Dan calls it a driver. Quilla uses one for her sock machine when she winds onto cones. So I'm gonna do that. And what that does is you put a little, like say you put an ounce, which I'm not gonna weigh it, but I'm just gonna, put a mark, the same mark on every bobbin and wind it off. So I'll have a bunch of these. So it's gonna be mixed up even more color-wise, right? So the other thing that happens when you wind it onto these versus winding it off the bobbin you spin it on is you're redistributing the twist again. So it balances it out even more. Or if you have like a space in there where it's tight, like tighter spun than another, it redistributes out that twist. Me again. So I have learned something else since then. I was telling my friend Leah about this venture at Yellow Springs last weekend, and she said that you want to put some distance between the bobbin you're winding off of and the bobbin that you're winding on to, because that gives you more room for that twist to redistribute. Which I'm totally glad she said that, because I don't know that I would have even thought of that. So I wanted to pass that on to you as well. Also, which she mentioned, and I was like, that's brilliant. If you're only doing like an ounce per bobbin, if you're doing a big spin, you might start out, like she said, she starts out, thin, right? And then the closer you get to the end, you're excited to be finished, so you might be spinning fatter. or like say you're stressed that day or whatever. Like, I mean, it could be 20 minutes one day, it could be a completely different spin than 20 minutes the next day. So what it does is when you've distributed it between, say, 10 bobbins, which it's probably not going to be that much. I'll tell you guys. But say I have 9 bobbins even. You take the first bobbin and the last bobbin and then the middle bobbin and ply those together. And then what happens is because you're not always balanced, so one of those bobbins is going to run out when you're plying before another one. You just pick up another bobbin and you just lay it right in there, because that's what I was like, well, what do you do? Like, how do you attach it? And she's like, it's a 3-ply. It'll just fold right in. You just add the plies as you go and you have a 3-ply. And it's like way more balanced than it would be if I would do it the way that I was going to do it. So psyched about this spin. And I just talked for probably a half an hour on it, but I'm telling ya, I'm real excited. And those are all my whips. Next up is Happy Mail, and also another Amazon purchase. While we were working on the bathroom, I have my own toolbox. So Dan has a barn with all the tools, and I would ask him for something and he's like, oh, I have to go out to the barn to get it. This is years ago. And I'm like, I want my own toolbox. And I think I've talked about it on here before. It's teal and it has all these stickers and it's super fun. Well, I bought, like, originally when I was doing my toolbox, I bought one of those pink, and it had a painter's tool and a screwdriver with all the attachments and a hammer and a box cutter and pliers and, everything was pink, right? Well, now that I've used them, they suck, basically. I mean, I've used them. They owe me nothing. I got my money's worth out of them. But I'm just starting to now replace them with better tools that make more sense. So my box cutter was one of those crappy plastic with the long razor blade in it that you take like the needle nose pliers and you snap off when the blade gets dull. Well, I upgraded and I got this on Amazon. It's a Work Pro, and this is why I like it. So, ta-da! It has a thumb rest, because I used the crap out of this when we were remodeling the bathroom. So these work. I will link it below, just in case y'all want to know. This thing comes up, right? Hold on, how can I show it? So this thing comes up, this thing folds down, and then your razor blade's there, right? So that's how you load it. So there's no snapping, there's no jiggling of the thing. I know y'all are scared that I have a knife. To be honest, I sort of am too, so I'm gonna close it. So you push this down and it closes. Okay, so box cutter. The cool thing about this one, it's why I got it, is there's this little guy here. You push it, here's your extra blades. So when your blades go dull, they're right there. I love it. So that's my new toy. I am going to use it now. I have Happy Mail. I've had this for a minute, so I apologize to whoever sent it to me. It came from San Francisco, California. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Oh my gosh. Ooh, fun card. It's from Tom. He's my Instagram friend and he sends me the best videos. Like reels. He's so good at it. Everyday dose. Look at it. For those of you who don't know, this is the worm from the Labyrinth and I love him. Actually, where is he? Oh, he's over here. Hold on. He's right there. See him? Someone else made that for me and sent it. He lives here. That probably jacked everything up, but it's fine. There's something in it. A koozie. Spinach. That's right. Make you strong. And a patch that I can't read yet because it's in a bag. See, I told you, shit show. Everybody knows. Shit show supervisor. That is going on my jean jacket. And look, it's It's Velcro, so I can sew this on and have a Velcro patch. There's another patch this is iron-on. It's me. It's me. This is why Clint and I get in trouble. Terrible idea? Let's do it. In my defense, I was left unsupervised. Also, Clint and I. And I have a jean jacket that has patches. I put them on the inside so that I can and then, oh my gosh, she got me a tarot deck. Okay, I have seen this deck. This is the Nicoletta Ceccoli. Is that how you say it? You guys, these girls are terrifying. Like, you're scared of Little Miss No Name. These chicks, just give me a minute. I'll find. Wait till you see them. This is one of those decks that when you need the hard truth, you know how sometimes you're like reeling and you just need that friend that'll shoot you the straight shit? That's these bitches. They don't hold back. I'll cut a bitch. That's what she's saying. They are so dreamy. Let me see some cups. Cups are like dreamy, emotional. Where's the one of cups? Oh my gosh, the two of cups. Fight in the sun. Look at them. Don't they remind you of the twins in The Shining? Thank you so much, Tom. I'm sorry that took me so long to open, but I like to open stuff on the podcast. And they have just been sitting here biding their time. They are the perfect Halloween deck, for sure. Thank you so much. I love everything. Natalie is an OG. And she used to be down in Florida. She has a podcast, I'll link it. She moved up to Chicago, and she and her, I think she calls him the boyfriend. Is that what she calls him? The boyfriend. Slav came here for this guitar fest, and she asked if we would be available for dinner. So we met them for dinner. Had a blast, and she brought me this necklace, which is jasper. You can't really see how pretty it is. It just looks brown there, but jasper. And that is from Jen's Crown Jewels. She got me the tarot card stickers a while back. So I have tarot card stickers on my phone. She got me these stickers and these stickers. So of course, the first thing I did was put more stickers on my phone. So we had a lovely dinner with them. So that was fun. We had wonderful Mexican food, which actually sounds really good right now. I'm really hungry. Next up is enabling. And this is sort of where my Amazon stuff comes in. And I know it's silly. What'd I do with it? Found it. Not everything is Amazon. I'm going to first show you this stuff from Frankie and Myrrh. Okay, I don't have anything with just their logo on it, but right there it is, Frankie and Myrrh. They do essential oil stuff, and I love patchouli, so I order a lot of patchouli stuff, but they also have other stuff. They have natural deodorants. They have a truly patchouli deodorant that I really like. And I just wanted to tell you guys about them because if you like packaging and fun stuff and to support the little guy, these guys are awesome. And story time, I think they started in California. I could be wrong. They were definitely out in California. And then the person who I think maybe like one of the head people is from Napoleon, Ohio. And Napoleon is the county seat to where I grew up. So Napoleon is where we went to go to, like, everyone always laughs, but I say Court and Walmart. Like, that's where we went. And that's where this company is now. So when I started ordering from them, they were in California. And now here they are in little Napoleon, Ohio. I mean, Napoleon, Ohio is this big. Their packaging, you guys, is bomb. And I just have to give them a shout out because I love it so much. I'm a longtime shopper and I wanted to show them some love. So if you like the little details of packaging and you like essential oily type stuff, you can sign up for their email. They're not annoying at all. At least they aren't to me. And I love them. I got in my last order a handwritten thank you. Handwritten. This is really, hold on. This is a sticker. There are other stickers. So I got a bar of soap and it comes in this box. These boxes are legit. I use them for other things. They're great for gifts. I got this bar of soap, Groovy with Everything. Oh, it smells so good. And then I'm going to gift this to Clint. He won't see this before. It says, "You are marvelous. Frankie loves you." So you open it. There's always one of these tucked in. This is You Vetiver Believe It. Vetiver is sort of along the lines of patchouli, like it's a more earthy scent. Clint loves vetiver. The inside says shake the heck out of me before each use. And this little thing, this is in all of them, you guys. I freaking love it. Pop me to reduce stress, and it's bubble wrap. How cute is that? I just love their stuff. I mean, they're packaging plus. And they have other things too. They sent me a koozie as a gift. It's a tie-dye koozie that says, "This is my aromatherapy, Frankie and Myrrh." So I just wanted to show them some love because it's so much fun to open their stuff. Next is my Amazon purchases that I wanted to tell you about. Have you guys ever, I'm really sad about the lighting. I'm very pale skinned. I don't like the sun. Give me uno momento, por favor. And of course I'm gonna move the camera and Ditto comes back. Where have you been, dude? All the people wanted to see ya. Okay, this isn't as pretty as a backdrop, but I'm almost done and I could not. But like I said, almost done. Enabling. Someone asked about these the last time. This picture right here, Dan built me a frame for it. That is jellyfish and it's a shower curtain. If you have a large space that you want a large picture for, find a cool shower curtain. And then these are those glow-in-the-dark stars. That is the Pisces constellation, and you can't see it, but on this side is the Aries constellation because Dan's an Aries. Way more information than you probably cared to know. Bye. He can't be bothered. What do you guys know about Diatomaceous earth? Because what I knew about Diatomaceous earth was it was this powder stuff that you like sprinkled on plants or something. Does that sound right? Like you use it in the garden. I'm not really even sure for what. I don't know. So they have bath mats that are made out of diatomaceous earth. It's sort of like a rock or something. And I thought they were awesome. And I got a bath mat. Here comes Dan. Why do you have a knife? A very large knife.
Making dinner.
And your shirt's tucked in weird.
Because I'm cutting chicken and I don't want my shirt getting chicken.
Ew!
I
Ew, there's chicken on your hands. I can see it.
I'm not.
Stop, Dan.
Diatomaceous earth is a lot like cement, the powder, i.e. when you compact it, it can form a semi-solid. But the reason you use it in your garden, it's a powder. You can dust it or you can just sprinkle it on the ground, and it's really, really sharp granules. And when bugs walk across it, they slice themselves all up. So they stay away from the diatomaceous earth, and if they can't walk through it to get to your tomato plants, they can't get on your tomato plants.
All right.
I used to think it dried them out, like cement dries out your skin.
Yeah.
But I don't remember that being stated in the podcast.
I love
They
how
talked
just
about
the
it.
knife's on the camera. I mean, the tucked in shirt is sexy AF.
I mean, it could be a rayon button-up.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for the lesson, baby. There's the diatomaceous earth. Well, mainly I thought it was powder. I've lost it again. Mainly I thought it was powder. I found these like what I thought was stone bath mats. It's not stone bath mats. It's diatomaceous earth. And it's because it absorbs water. So I got a bath mat for the new bathroom. It's awesome. I freaking love it. Then I got a drying rack because how many people do the whole like towel thing? We have a dishwasher, but you know how sometimes you like wash dishes, you're not going to use the dishwasher. Dan will lay out a towel because Dan washes the dishes. Dan washes them, I put them away. So Dan would lay a towel out on the counter and I hated it because then you have like a wet, you guys are learning way more about me than you ever cared to know. I'm weird about like the M word and anything like it. I don't like wet, damp things. It grosses me out. So this towel was grossing me out, right? Well, I found a diatomaceous earth drying rack that's just like the bath mat. Then Dan made me a table in the kitchen that is made out of butcher block that matches our island. Well, I want to put plants on it. And I don't want wet stuff on there. And I was like, dude, diatomaceous earth would be great, like the drying rack for the dishes. Well, I found plant. This is diatomaceous earth. I got 2 of these. There's this size and a bigger one. And then it came in like a 4-pack, I think, of these. Maybe 5. I don't know. But do I have anything? Yes. Okay, so this is sweating, right? So that's wet. It's like freaking magic! I just had to share it. Now, I'm aware that some of you out there are rolling your eyes at me because I had no idea, but this is freaking, like, this is magical to me. I love it. So now all my plants sit on these so that if I ever accidentally, and I just noticed this comes with these on the bottom and these ones don't. If I ever accidentally, or you know, like the water comes out the bottom, I don't have to worry about it. So I had to share it. And it's kind of like I can kind of feel, it's like powdery. I feel like if I put a little stank on it though, like, I could break it, but it's not, you know, easily broken. But if you dropped it, I bet it'd shatter. It's amazing. My dishes dry on it. I use it as bath mat. I use it for these plant things. It is so cool. And why am I 44 and just now learning about it? That's my question. Then my last enabling, and I have not walked in these other than around my house, but I totally splurged on a pair of shoes. And it might be totally silly, but I don't care. Okay, first off, I found these sandals right here. They were by Dirty Laundry. I will link them just in case anyone else wants to try them, but I wouldn't recommend it. I had to order them like 4 times to get the right size. So cute. Walking around in platform flippy flops? No. The entire time you were trying to keep them on your feet while you're walking. So then I think because I looked those up, I started getting offered the thing. You know how like the internet works. All of a sudden, I'm getting ads for shit. $40. I'm just going to try it. You know, why not? Shut up, you guys. They're platform tennis shoes. They're not even crochet. I can't do it justice probably on here. If you care enough to see them, right? Those look like knit stitches, but it's crochet. I'm so confused. Like, wouldn't this be a double crochet? Those look like knit stitches. So I don't know how they make them, but I totally bought them. And I don't know that I will wear them any place other than fiber festivals. But I bought them, and I'm going to rock them. just because. For $40, they're called Lucky Step Air Cooled. And they have other ones too that are like mimicking crochet, because you can't even call them crochet. They seem real comfy. Like I said, I haven't put a lot of miles on them, but walking around my house, they're comfy. Felt like I needed to share them. That's all for my enabling. I teased it kind of at the beginning. What movie am I going to see? Oh, he's back.
Just wanted everybody to know I'm done with the chicken. Everything's cleaned up, washed, and sanitized, so I can untuck my shirt. You know, that'll make you feel much better.
Last miscellaneous thing in this very long episode. A lot of you know I lost my dad. Well, I didn't lose him. I know where he is. That's what Dan would say. I've been living with Dan for too long, who is Sheldon. My dad passed away June 2023. We are big movie people. IMDb is my #1 used app on my phone. I love it. I have those select movies that remind me of my dad, and Beetlejuice is one of them. He quoted it often. I don't know if I've ever said or not, but this is my dad's cremains are in this necklace. He's with me all the time. He's going with us to Beetlejuice tomorrow. My brother and I are having a brother-sister outing tomorrow night. It's opening weekend for Beetlejuice. We're going to the movie theater on a Friday night, 8:55 show. You guys, who am I? The last time I was in a movie theater was 2019. We saw Alita Battle Angel, I think is what it's called, Alita. And the one before that was Ready Player One. And the movie before that was Alice in Wonderland with Johnny Depp. So that shows you how often we go to the movie theater. So Cade is my brother. Cade and I are going to the movies tomorrow night to see Beetlejuice. And I'm super, super psyched about it. Uncle Dan and Cole are going to hang out while Cade and I go to the movies. And I'm just really excited about it. So I hope it's cool, even if it's not cool, because you know the sequel's it's actually Beetlejuice. So the first one's Beetlejuice. Say hi, Ditto. And the second one is Beetlejuice. That is what is happening in our world. Ditto is currently sunbathing on his bed. We'll end with that. There he is. Where are you going? You like lay down and then immediately get up and leave. On that note, we'll catch you later. You know all the things. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All that happy horse shit. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers. Hopefully the next one won't be so sunny.